Darling, I'm counting the minutes until I see you again. I love you, honey. I'd like to be upon Crab's Hill with you tonight. Love, Bud. Ooh. Hi guys, it's Ari, and today's video is going to be kind of a different video. It's still about something vintage, as is a lot of the videos on my channel, but this time I thought we'd do something a little bit different. It's not going to be about style or anything, but it's about something that I got a long time ago, several years back in fact, when I visited an antique shop in Virginia. I like to rummage around for stuff. That one time, I found a notebook lying on a desk, and I thought it was really interesting. I wasn't sure if it was for sale, so I looked at it, and it was for sale. So I bought it, and I'm like a very snoopy person. I get a kick out of reading people's personal business and personal notebooks. I don't know, for some reason it's just so interesting to look at the way that somebody may have lived, or like just seeing somebody's really personal notes. I'm not sure if that's weird, but it probably is, but still I just enjoy doing that. So I have that notebook right here, and I have not cracked it open in several years, but I thought we would go through it together. So this diary or notebook, it's kind of a diary as far as I remember. This journal belonged to somebody called Cornelia Amy Kingman. Now, disclaimer, if somebody who knows the Kingmans or who is part of their family sees this and would like me to take this video down, then please let me know and I will. I don't want to be like infringing on anybody's personal privacy. I just found this in an antique shop and I thought it would be cool to share. So, okay, so we are opening it up, and the first thing in here are two letters. These both are from 1936, Wyoming, addressed to Miss Dorothy Rowe. So this is a different person. This is not Cornelia Kingman. Darling sweetheart. Well, it's Sunday morning in Halifax. This town has all the blue laws that were ever thought of. I went ashore Friday night and roamed all around the town and ate some food, including some fine coffee. The coffee on the ship is so bad that much as I like coffee, I haven't yet drank a whole cup of coffee altogether. It's terrible. We went ashore last night again, and it was raining. Boy, it poured cats and dogs. We went in a fur joint over there and played blackjack for about 3 hours, and then ate a lousy meal. We were so soaked by then that even the ship looked fairly good to us. Well, darling, I can't think anything else to say except I love you, and you probably know that from constant repetition, and knowing it, be growing tired of it. So I'll only tell you once more and then close. I love you, sweetheart. Love, Bud. It's a love letter. Okay, entering into the rest of the notebook. Here, there's like a lot of letters and pages in here. Ooh, whoa, it's a drawing. It's a kid's drawing. On the back here it says 1918. Dang, this is a train. This is a fish. It was drawn by Eugene Kingman. Here's another one of what looks to be some people in a forest making a fire with like a lake here and a lot of people. Oh, it says Celia. It's interesting. I did not expect to find children's drawings. These are from 1918. They honestly could be from 5 years ago. Like, the paper is in really good condition. Like, it's crazy. This was 100 years ago. That's crazy. This is actually an antique. Oh, right here it says suggestions for Lisbon trips. Leather folder, flashlights and lanterns, extra car keys, camera, dark glasses, contour maps and road maps, books, Appalachian guide to take, food, eggs, bacon, oranges and juice, coffee powder, bread, corned ham and chicken, sparkling water. So it's a list of food that they were going to take on their trip, so you can get an idea of what they ate. It looks like this was a notebook that they were planning a vacation in to Lisbon. Okay, so here it looks like there's more letters. And this one is addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Eugene A. Kingman by L. Kingman. And it says Washington, D.C., September 16th, 12:30 p.m., 1952. It looks like this was typed out on a typewriter, which makes for easier reading, but look at that. Dear folks, arrived safe and sound after a 475-mile-an-hour ride from Jaffrey. The ground fog made things pretty cold until I got about to Wilbraham, when the sun came out and warmed up the countryside. Stopped at that point to pick up some peaches at a large fruit farm just beyond Wilbraham Academy on the road to Somers, Connecticut, Route 83. Suggest that Pop stop there on his way to Hartford sometime and see what they have. Macintosh apples were just coming into season, so I also packed in along a basket of them. Arrived in New York just about noon and was about to start the trip down to New Jersey Turnpike when I found to my horror that the overdrive had kicked out once more, a warning sign of a low battery, and discovered that the ammeter needle was at the bottom of the dial, indicating a furious battery discharge, owing to the fact that there was not enough voltage available to operate the overdrive. So I coasted into the Ford agency in Paterson, New Jersey to find, of course, that all the mechanics had left for the day. The person in charge suggested a return to 125th Street, where there was a day and night garage, but I asked him to suggest something more realistic, as by the time there was hardly enough battery left to start the car. After calling up the big garages in New York and elsewhere, without result, I had started to think of nearby friends with whom to spend the weekend. He had a brilliant idea and informed me of two chaps just around the corner who operated an Esso station and who were pretty good mechanics. So I limped the car around to the corner to the station, where the trouble was diagnosed by a bum generator. The one which had been put in at Lisbon hadn't even been overhauled by the Ford company, but by some private outfit, and within a week was not only providing no current, but the front bearing, to which the flywheel was attached, had burned out, squirting grease all over the engine. So next time you're in Lisbon, drop in and collect for it if you care to. I don't know, I'm just kind of stunned to read how, like, just a normal incident in somebody's life in 1952. That's interesting. Here's more. Wonder what this is. Itinerary. Jaffrey, New Hampshire to Washington, D.C., June 11th, 1953. It has mileage, time, place, hours, miles per hour, trip average. Somebody was a details person. Well, yeah, that's it. That's the whole notebook. So I can conclude it's like a travel notebook to a place called Lisbon on the East Coast, and they got a bunch of letters from people who rented out to them, and then Cornelia, who wrote this notebook, like took down her itinerary and what they needed to do. Maybe she was the mom or something, and she was like in charge of planning everything, or she was like the secretary of the group and just noted down everything that they needed to do and take and eat, places they could go. That's interesting. That is really cool. And I hope that you guys found this interesting as well as like I did. I was like bending over the whole time, I just noticed. So I'm sorry about that, guys. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it if you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you later. Bye.